You know, as we grow into Monarch and the effects of huge YouTubers and just growth that this game is going through right now, I don't want us to forget, I don't want myself, anytime I do a video like this, everything I'm saying to my camera or my phone, I'm saying really just to myself. This is just me having a conversation with, well, with you, but with me. I don't want myself to forget where we've come from as a community, as individuals. It's so funny, and I know I got plugged in right around Crucible War, so I'm not like, I haven't been here the longest or whatever, but I am in a unique situation where being a content creator, I hear a lot of stories. And I've gotten to share plenty of those stories as my whale, what is it? Lucky fish, whale, dolphin, lucky fish. That's what it is. It's been a while since we've done that. Send in your story to KitchenTableTCG@gmail.com. I get to share these whale, dolphin, lucky fish stories. But oftentimes I just get people who message me on Facebook or on Discord and say, "Hey, Louie, love your channel, but I just also want to tell you, like, Flesh and Blood allowed me to buy a car," or like Flesh and Blood has really given me joy in my life, or just whatever. And it's just so exciting to me that this card game, right? Like these cardboard rectangles have created a new life for a lot of people, both financially, but not just financially, because let's not lose this. Like, people have grown immensely financially as a result of Flesh and Blood. I know, like, even for me, like, I had Magic the Gathering cards that I think my most expensive card was like a Gaia's Cradle at like $500-$600, and like my Flesh and Blood collection has far outclassed my Magic the Gathering collection because of the growth of the game. And I am a dolphin, maybe small whale, and there are much luckier people who got involved in. I own very few like Arcane Rising or WTR cards. I'm mostly crew, so I've seen games, but not the same way. And so my point here being that, like, a lot of people's life has been changed financially. If you saw my video, my spoiler season video for my card, somebody in the video says, he's talking to his wife and he's like, "Why do you love Flesh and Blood?" And she goes, "Because it bought me this house." And like, that dude literally put a down payment on his house by selling, I think it was a Heart of Fando. I can't remember exactly what it was, but or maybe it was a couple tunics or something like that. Anyway, it was with Alpha Product, and he was able to put a down payment on a house. He never in his life was he able to do that before, but thanks to Flesh and Blood. So the game has like really helped people financially. I don't want to lose sight of like where some of us came from in terms of like, now we have these assets and we're trying to figure out what to do with them and how to correctly manage them and whatever. But also, like, individually as people, like, I've had some conversations, just like, not even just financially, but like people who were like out of hope or not excited about life in the middle of this pandemic, and then they found the cardboard, right? They found the little cardboard, look, it's just a little cardboard rectangle with some words and some pictures on it, and it gave them joy. It gave them something to be excited about. It gave them something to just think about. And more importantly, I think, personally, gave them something to connect with other people. Like, I think, as I reflect on the video that I put together, again, for my spoiler video, as I reflect on that, what kind of stood out to me is that most people, or a lot of the people, mentioned community. And in this world where, like, it's so hard to like currently make friends or get to know people or get to know new people, because it's like you do the awkward like masked handshake thing, and it's just kind of this weird awkward thing. Like, in this world, we've all come together on Discord and on Facebook, and like we've met friends. Like, I have friends. Like, it's so weird. My wife laughs at me. Like, I want you all to know, like, my wife makes fun of you as like my friend. She's like, "That's not your friend." I'm like, "Yes, it is. Like, I talk to him every day. Like, I like Mitch and George. Like, me, Mitch, and George talk every day. My wife's jealous about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like this thing. Like, it's like this weird relationships and friendships that we've created. And it does remind me, and a lot of people have said this, like, it reminds me of early Magic the Gathering. And I love thinking of 20 years from now. Like, I love thinking of 20 years from now when Flesh and Blood is a grown-up game. It's got followers. It's got its like, it's got its big bones in there, and it's like just going good and like whatever. And in 20 years when we reminisce, and the 4,000 of us are at some huge 25,000 person event, and we're just able to like laugh and connect about the year of 2020, the year of 2021, when this game was just on the ground. And I love that we've been able to like connect with each other and play games still. And so I just wanted to reminisce a little bit with you about that, because to me, like, this is, I say it all the time, like, this is cardboard, and there's more to it than that. Like, this is a game, but I love that it's a game with purpose. Like, and it's even like they intended it, right? They intended it, but it's become more than they intended, I think. Like, the card game Flesh and Blood was created, as you know, to kind of encourage people to get together in the flesh and blood. And there's a community aspect to that. There's a community drive to that. And I hope that everyone who's coming in, the heart of this video is like, let's refresh ourselves to remind ourselves, yeah, Monarch spoiler season's here. Yeah, new people are here. It's really exciting. The new cards are great, and they're scary, and they're good, and they're interesting, but they're also like, oh, what's going to happen? And it's kind of this crazy world. But let's not forget where we came from, so that we can continue to look forward, but understand that there's values back here that we need to make sure end up here. The way that we treat one another, the way that we talk to one another, the way that we, just interact with one another. And so I love that this game that was meant to get people together to play in the flesh and blood has created this online community. And maybe you have a local game store, and I've heard of great local game stores and local gaming communities. That has not, unfortunately, been in my case here. Maybe it's just I don't have the time to really put into like the local scene, because I'm doing the YouTube channel, and my local game store, it's like 10 Magic the Gathering players, and that's really it. They just play Commander all the time. It's just not like a growing, vibrant culture. But, I hope your local scene has been good. But what I want to celebrate is that even though this was created to help us get together in the flesh and blood, we have gotten together digitally and made this work over the last 6 months. And I sense a shift in pattern. Like, I sense a shift coming. But what I hope happens is that we don't forget where we were. We can keep on interacting with one another in Discord servers. We can keep on, I hope that they do some sort of big event in the next year or so where we can get together and meet and play some games. I know on my channel, on my live streams, we've joked about not just doing Flesh and Blood drafts, but like doing a Munchkin TCG draft, and doing some other just fun stuff just to have a good time together, to meet some of the LSS, the Legend Story Studios crew. Like, that would just be so much fun. And like, I can't wait for that moment when like it all comes full circle, because I sense that. Like, I just sense that like this whole thing, like, 6 months ago, it was like, oh man, we're pulling cards. They're worth $600 for an Arcanite Shard. Like, what's going to happen? This is ridiculous. It could all crash. I feel like we're over that hump. Like, all these, Pleasant Kenobi just hopped in, and he's starting to talk about Flesh and Blood. And the Magic the Gathering historian, Brian from Tolarian Community College, obviously Rudy, Alpha, all the Magic the Gathering people are talking about this, and that's going to lead towards this game being a success. I really, really, really believe that this is all now in Legend Story Studios' hands. Like, before, like, it was a great card game, and the question was, is the community, are we, as individuals, going to accept it? Are we going to help it grow? Are we going to, do what we need to? We've done it. Like, everyone has accepted Flesh and Blood. It's here. And now it's just like Legend Story Studios can do whatever they want with it. They can create this beautiful mixture, and I am very confident that they have a long-term plan for growth, and that was even made more clear to me with the talent system that we're talking about. And so what I'm saying here is that I'm really, really excited, because I think we're over the hump. I think we can look back now. We are already over. We've already kind of made it, and now we look back and we just say, that was awesome. And that meant a lot to me. And the support was great. And like, being around each other was great. And the ability to connect. And so I hope that once we're over that hump, or if we are over that hump, and we start doing local play, we start doing tournament scenes, and like maybe like some sort of regional thing, I hope that we look back at the people we connected with and still consider them friends and still consider them a positive experience. And it's so cool to me that we were able to move through this mess of 2020 and 2021, and we're like on the fringe of like this something beautiful. And I think in 20 years, like, we're gonna remember, you know, all the people who are making decks for people. Yeah, I think Saint's doing this awesome thing. He's making a bunch of decks to hand out to all these new players. Saint from Fabled Hunters, and I know Chris Sayers, you know, from Fab Unseals was doing that. And like, how many people, I've talked about this on my channel, like how many people will look back and say one of those people is the reason that I was able to get involved in this game, and this game changed my life because of the community. Or maybe I'm being dramatic, but this game gave me hope, or this game gave me something to look forward to. This game gave me something to get through the day because of these individuals who were making content, or who are making decks, or who are doing whatever they do in order to provide me with a place, not me, but you with a place to acquire the cards to hop in. So I think in 20 years, we're going to look back, and it's going to be like a really cool thing to think about. So anyway, that's just something I was thinking about. I know this wasn't like some big spoiler video today. I don't know. I was just thinking about like where we've been, and like where I see the community and the growth of this game. Like it's been like this, like it went like this, and it's just been steadily growing. But I think we're like at this like we're just gonna see insane growth as a player. I think like right now the Flesh and Blood fan page is at like 4,200 or something like that. I think by the end of summer we're gonna be at like 10 grand, 10, 15 grand. Like, I want to encourage you, share this game with your friends. Like share the whole community with the people around you. Go back to your Magic the Gathering commander group and say, hey guys, here's 4 decks. Let's play. Just right before our commander game. Let's play 20 minutes. And just show them, you know, show them the content, show them the content creators, show them the deck text from the Fab page, show them the Monarch cards, like the spoilers when you pull your cold foil. Go show them, and like just share this game with everyone you know because of what it's done for you in this last 6 months. So anyway, that's the video today. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're being kind to the people around you. Yeah, have yourself a good day.